Yo, what's good everybody? It's me, JT, and we are back today with another video. And today I kind of wanted to bring you back to the topic of Yandere Simulator and YandereDev's specifically, because a long time ago, if you guys and gals are familiar with my channel and have stuck around for a little bit, I have been reporting on YandereDev and Yandere Simulator news, and I kind of took a little bit of a break from it because I didn't want to go in and absorb that controversy and, you know, have a negative crowd. You know, I was really trying to push a positive agenda, especially with trying to see the perspective of YandereDev, and I've started to come back today. You know, I sent an email out to YandereDev and he has responded and he has allowed me to make this video and sort of share what he discussed with me, because I wanted to ask him a very basic question on his thoughts during the controversy and what he has learned as a developer and individual from being through that controversy. You know, there are a lot of things about that controversy. Some were proven false, some were proven fake, some weren't even proven to have proof as well. And I think it's just interesting to see the perspective of YandereDev. I appreciate him taking the time out, and I'm just going to read off the email I sent to him first. Hello YandereDev, I have received many requests to make content discussing the great updates you've made to your game recently, and I wanted to do so, but also go further into your mindset and how things are going for you right now in life. I and many others have noticed a positive change in voice and direction for you in your game, and I wanted to know how things are going for you in life personally. Many months ago, you were under fire for many controversies that proved to be false, so I also wanted to hear more about your thought process during those times as a developer and how you've learned from dealing with those experiences today. Have they made you a better developer / person? It's always good to see you implementing people's words into your test builds, and I'm happy to mention the commitment you've been making recently. And YandereDev has responded with a lot to say, especially about the controversy, especially about many different things. You know, he goes into really big detail and he gets very emotional in this statement. So I'm going to read this off to you. YandereDev says this. He says, I have a lot of thoughts, so many that it's hard to decide where to start. For one thing, I wish that people would treat me like a human being and not content. There are two types of people uploading videos on YouTube. One, people who view YouTube as a way to share their fun creations with others, and two, people who view YouTube as a machine that will print money for them if they upload the right type of content. That second group, category 2, views the world through content goggles. Is this content? Can I turn this into content? What is my next content gonna be? What are the other content creators doing right now? What content is gonna make me the most money? How can I give my content a title and a thumbnail that will generate maximum amount of clicks and thus maximum amount of revenue? I'm sure that you remember Logan Paul, the guy who filmed a dead body in the forest and uploaded it to YouTube. Why do you think he did that? It's easy to dismiss the situation with a simple explanation like because Logan Paul is stupid, but the real answer goes a bit deeper than that. The reason why he demonstrated such poor judgment is because he is viewing the world through content goggles. Prior to the corpse incident, he uploaded videos on a daily basis for years. Can you imagine what kind of mindset that put him in? To maintain a steady stream of interesting videos for his channel, he had to actively seek content every day of his life. So, because of his content goggles, that corpse didn't look like a dead human being who deserved respect. That corpse looked like views, clicks, attention, ad revenue, money. It was wrong to film a corpse. It was wrong to invade someone's privacy. It was wrong to publicly humiliate someone. It's wrong to go digging for dirt in someone's past. It's wrong to look through someone's entire life, documenting every embarrassing thing they've ever done, and show embarrassing things to an audience of millions. It's wrong to produce a video that irreparably damages another person's life. If you're a decent human being, then you will never do any of these things. However, if you can convince yourself that your target is an evil demonic villain, then you might begin to feel that you are justified in doing all those things to them. They deserve their privacy to be invaded. They deserve to be humiliated, and they deserve their life to be irreparably damaged. It benefits people to perceive me as an evil demonic villain who deserves to be exposed. By perceiving me that way, people will just feel justified in making videos that will generate a lot of clicks and ad revenue. Videos for a purpose of shame and humiliation. Cruel, sadistic stuff you'd normally never consider doing to another human being, just like you'd normally never consider filming a corpse and uploading it to YouTube, unless you are obsessed with content and money. That you stopped being a decent person and stopped having empathy for human beings, unless you're the type of person to prioritize your own avenue for another human's well-being. The bottom line is that it does not benefit people to perceive me as a real, living, flesh and blood person who has feelings and emotions, but it does benefit people who perceive me as warped, twisted, exaggerated creature of the person I am. But doing so will facilitate the creation of videos that will generate a lot of clicks and ad revenue. So regardless of what I'm actually like, people will perceive me and portray me as an evil demonic villain, because people do what benefits them rather than what's doing right. What's inside my head? How are things going right now in my life personally? What is my thought process? I'll try to summarize it for you. I've been harassed multiple times per hour for the past 5 years straight, and the harassment has only intensified with the passage of time. Every night I go to sleep knowing that my life will get worse and worse with each passing day. Every morning I wake up wondering why I should even bother getting out of bed. What's the point when everything I worked so hard for to cultivate has been annihilated so thoroughly? My life is destroyed and there's nothing to live for. So this was a very interesting take, and I didn't really know that it was that deep in YandereDev's mind, because you'd think that he would be the type of individual to sort of just try and shrug off all the hate. I mean, you think of big creators, you think of big guys like this who have massive amounts of following to not really be all that affected. I mean, of course you're affected to some degree, but I didn't know that it was going on in his mind like this. And I can definitely agree with that first part about the content goggles thing, especially when I was making a lot of those positive oriented videos about YandereDev in the past. I was also thinking about views, clicks, monetization, money, which was something that was just in my mind. You know, we want to see growth. We want to see ourselves grow alongside the content that we have. And sometimes that creates a very big, cut and a very big loop in what we're doing. A lot of people took that to the extreme by creating just videos that slandered his name. And a lot of people went more towards my side of things, where they were doing it, but they were trying to put a different message in there and try to see different perspectives. And I think that viewing life through content goggles is definitely a YouTuber thing, but it's also a dangerous thing out there. And I think that that's personally just something that a lot of people have to learn for themselves, because you'll never make a big mistake by not looking through those goggles. You'll only make mistakes like that, and you'll really learn from those mistakes in those content goggles. It may be now, it may be later, but you'll make a mistake eventually. There's one thing that unsettles me about this message that YandereDev sent out, and it was the general ending there about how he said there's nothing to live for. And I am a big supporter in trying to keep human beings up and running and seeing talented individuals move. And I think that YandereDev, there's a lot to live for. You've got a lot of people that genuinely enjoy your game. You'll always have haters. There's always people out there that are gonna hate. People are gonna hate me for making this video, like for some whatever reason they're gonna probably hit the dislike button. But there's always gonna be the haters. But you gotta focus on the people that enjoy your work and truly enjoy you and like you for who you are and what you do, and stick by your side. And I think that that's something that you should be waking up for, that's something you should be grateful to have, because there's a lot of people in this world that don't exactly have that. You've made a game, you've made a big, creation that has millions of followings and millions of viewers and just millions of people that actually care. So I think that you should just keep yourself in a more positive mindset. Try and push forward with the patches that you release. I'm not saying to ignore all the criticism against you, because some criticism, of course, is positive, and I think me and you both understand that. But more so, just try to focus and look at the things that you have and not the things that are against you or out to against you. I know it's kind of rough from my perspective, because you have millions of people just trying to cash you in and just be mean and get onto you, but you just have to look forward, man. That's really all I have to say for that. I think this is a very interesting thing, and I want to thank YandereDev again for sending this thoughtful message. I mean, this is a lot to take in, and I'm just grateful that you were able to give your inside perspective over the times of your development. And I think it's interesting. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in what you have to think, what you have to say. And I think that you did a really good job trying to summarize all of this up and put your feelings out into this message. But I want to hear what guys and gals have to say about this as well. Do you guys and gals like this message? Do you think that, people were a little bit too harsh on YandereDev? Do you think that they weren't harsh at all and that they should have been maybe a little bit meaner? I still want to hear what you think, whether it's negative or positive, in the comments down below. But again, thank you guys and gals for watching. And if you like this video and you want to see more, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button, and peace out.